Dude, she's like flying around everywhere. She's shooting proton things out of her arms. You gotta go see this movie. You gotta go see this movie. What's up, everybody? Jared here with another brand new MCU movie review. So last night I went out and saw the new Brie Larson-led film, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is a Kree warrior caught in the middle of a battle between her people and the Skrulls. After crash landing on Earth, Captain Marvel tries to uncover the secrets of her past while harnessing her special superpowers to end the war. So is Captain Marvel exactly what the MCU needed? Let's find out. Now, before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you guys thought of Captain Marvel in the comments down below. Was this one of the best MCU movies we've gotten to date, or was this more of a middle tier film? Now let's get into some of the good. Going into Captain Marvel, I was jazzed because we haven't gotten one of these MCU, one of these giant action movies in a while. And you know, coming out of this movie, I was impressed. This was a fine movie. I like how they kind of went back. It's very much this prequel, kind of setting things up, this 90s aesthetic, going back to a character that, you know, is kind of a mainstay for Marvel Comics, but we haven't really seen on the big screen. And they really nailed that 90s aesthetic in this movie, from the clothing, the technology, the music. Even though there's a lot of music that they could have used, I feel like they could have stepped up their music game, but they really nailed this tone in this movie. And since this movie takes place in the 90s, you know, before a lot of the MCU shenanigans that we've seen before in all of these other movies, you know, some characters are present, such as Nick Fury, Agent Coulson. It's kind of the beginning of their journey through this MCU, and obviously this takes place, 25 years before we've actually seen them on the big screen. And the technology, the de-aging technology that they used specifically on these two characters was completely out of this world. Like, at no point in this movie did I look at either Nick Fury or Agent Coulson and be like, that doesn't look right, that little piece of their face looks a little off. Like, this looked like these characters very much aged down. Like, the CGI, the effects, everything in this movie really works for the de-aging. Also, the action set pieces with Captain Marvel kind of flying through space and fighting and stuff like that. The action, the elements tied with the action really work. You know, the de-aging technology, everything. There isn't really any flaws. There is maybe one little one at the beginning that is a little jarring when Captain Marvel's talking with the Supreme Intelligence, but you can forgive that one. Moving into the performances, Brie Larson playing Captain Marvel, you know, the lead role in this movie, she does a fine job. She does a great job of really bringing this character to life, being the main character, just following this story. You know, she's this stoic character with kind of like little hints of humor every now and then, but she's very much this noble warrior, or actually noble warrior hero. I think that's what it actually is. Again, she does what is asked of her in this movie. Aside from Brie Larson's performance, I thought the standout was Ben Mendelsohn's as Talos. I think one of the lead Skrulls. His performance was one of the best. Like, I was very much intrigued whenever he was on the screen. I would love to see more of this character, because his journey, or rather character, is very much complex. I mean, he's this serious character with little touches of humor in it every now and then, but as the story kind of unfolds, you find out that this character, there's more to this character. These last three movies, Marvel's did a great job at making you really care, or making these interesting villains, and I want more of this character. However, Marvel Studios very much plays it safe and doesn't take too many risks in Captain Marvel. It's a very cookie cutter, kind of predictable story. I mean, when there are these certain reveals maybe later in the movie, you kind of saw those coming from a mile away. Like, you kind of know how this is all going to play out, and then the ending, you know, from watching, 20 prior Marvel movies, you know exactly how it's going to end. So again, unfortunately, the story, you've seen it before. It doesn't bring anything new to the table. And I gotta say that the pacing was a little bit wonky as well. Like, the first 20 minutes, it's this action, it's this setup, it's like this tense feeling because these two characters, or groups of characters, are going after one another. And then it gets to Earth, and Captain Marvel, is on Earth, and it just kind of slowly plays out this crime mystery thriller. Like, I like the whole mystery part of it, but it doesn't play out in an interesting way. It plays out very much slowly. I'm not saying this movie needs to be non-stop action, but again, this ties back to the fact that Marvel played this movie really safe. Again, it's a fine movie, but it's very predictable. And lastly, Goose the cat. I'm sorry, but Kitty, you didn't work for me. You know, the first Second time you're on the screen, it's kind of funny, you got a few little laughs, but it just got tiring. Like, I get it, it's a cat. It's a f***ing cat. Overall, Captain Marvel is a middle-of-the-road addition to the MCU, with a fun 90s aesthetic, some wild de-aging technology, and some solid performances, but with the story being predictable and not taking too many risks, along with some dragging of the story. I'd recommend checking out Captain Marvel if you have the chance. I mean, it's a fun movie, it's a lead-up to Endgame, but it doesn't really reinvent the wheel. In closing, I'm gonna give Captain Marvel 3.5 out of 5 proton arm blasts. So what do you guys think of Captain Marvel? I want to know in the comments down below. Anyways, guys, as always, thank you for watching. Watch some more videos over there. There's movie reviews, trailer reactions, fun comedy skits. Go and check those out. If you haven't already, follow all of my social media stuff down there. And really, subscribe down to my channel over there. It really helps me out. Click that bell icon to stay up to date on all of my videos. Until next time, I'll see you later.